everybody, welcome back to James Plays Myst 4 Revelation. Last time we tried to explore this jungle here, but there's a lot of spinning around and a lot of cursor jerk, and it was doing my head in, it might have been doing your head in, and it just got to the point where I finished the episode and said, I'm probably just going to go to the Universal Hint System and look up the answer on where to go and what to do, because continuing to work my way around the jungle like this, giving myself motion sickness, possibly giving you motion sickness, it just didn't seem like a good idea. Well, I did not go to the Universal Hint System. Instead, I decided to search and see if anybody had drawn up a map of the jungle. I could not find this. So instead, I ended up making my own. So this is my crudely drawn map, and let me explain what I've done here. So we've got the crash site. This is where we landed with the glider. From here, we can go in 3 different directions. I picked a direction, and I decided I'm going to call that north. Due north, to be exact. Nice, straight line. And everywhere between these lines is a screen. The line itself denotes the direction you're going, and it's the little spots where those lines connect that are the screens you are stopping at. Now, I didn't add any nuance for the distance traveled, or if it wasn't exactly north or exactly east or whatever, with one exception. We'll get to that. So the idea was, I picked a direction, I went in that direction. In this case, north. We're at a screen. If the next path was more or less in front of me, where I didn't have to move around to find the next path, I considered that to be the same direction. So we would be going north again. Now, if there was a path to the side of me, if I had to turn to the right or to the left, then that ended up being due east, due west, due south, things like that. So this is what I ended up coming up with. This right here, the A and the A, this is the same screen. Since I didn't account for slight changes in direction or distance that would be covered or anything like that, my map didn't exactly match up, so I just did this as a connector. Now, let us compare that to what is in the game as a crudely drawn map. One crudely drawn map and another. So you'll note we have ourselves a little closed loop where you can just walk in a circle. And we also have that here. Now, off of this loop, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and possibly 5 branches. Off of our loop, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that's a bit confusing. Another thing that doesn't quite match up is off of the loop, we have a path that splits into 2. And up here appears to be the ship. So we're going in that direction back to the ship. We're going in that direction back to the ship. But I only have one straight path. I only have this path on my map. This I don't. and I could not find. But using this map, I was able to account for a few other things. Things that I did not see the first time around. So, for example, we go this way, here's the monkey. Okay? And that's this direction for me. And this tower was the hunting tower, and I commented about not being able to reach it. Well, we're going to get to that. I got here. I believe I know how to get to here. Here's this other path that goes this way, and that's the Camodile, I think it's called. The grasslands with the poison plant. And it has 2 branches. So this is that path. All the way to the poison plant. And then there's this, which I discovered in my exploration off camera. And this is that one exception on going in 90-degree turns here. Because you get to this screen, and it's actually kind of behind me. And I didn't see it the first time, or the second time, but I went by this and I said, there's got to be a branch. Let me look very carefully. Okay? Now we have this area, a branch this way and a branch this way. I think that matches up with what I've got here. A branch one way and a branch the other way. One is a totem, the other is that bridge in the water area there. And then we've got back to the loop, this faint little line past the drawing of the Karnak. That's this. And that means the gate is also here along this loop. So I've got 2 offshoots here, one for the gate and one for the Karnak. I originally didn't have this marked. I only had the gate. But I do think there is something to be done with the Karnak there that's eaten a fish. So we're getting back into the game, and instead of manually traveling through the jungle again, I do have a few save points that I can use instead, or I will just cut out the navigation. But before we go anywhere, there was one other thing that I noticed from our starting points. Okay, I don't know what to necessarily make of that, but we do have footprints, and we did take a picture right here, and I believe that's in the top right, and that's next to a bone. I don't know if that means anything. I'm not 100% sure on what I'm supposed to be getting out of this. But the track does match that picture. We do have a few different animals that we've accounted for. The Karnak, which is like the thing with the eyes sticking out of its sides, flies around, eats fish. We've got the Camodile, which is the big scary predator that we knocked out with poison gas. We've got the monkey, which I think is the handprint down there in the bottom right. The Camodile, I'm not 100% sure what that would be. And then there's the thick thick guys that I don't like. And I don't know what footprint that would be. So that's 4. We appear to have more than 4 footprints. I think we got 6. Each one is next to something. Like the top left is next to a drawing of a bird. Top right is next to a drawing of a bone. The next 2 down, fish and some sort of insect. And then the bottom 2 is an insect, again, a different one, and just a big red circle. What do I do with any of that? I don't quite know. But these go in this direction. Now, this I consider to be north. So this is to the east, and that's the direction we are starting. I am going to go through the forest a little bit, trying to look to see if there are more tracks. But this should be a relatively straightforward path until we get to a point. So I'm just moving down slowly, moving back up, and we go along the path. So no running around in circles. Now see how the path veers a little bit to the right? But only slightly. So I consider that to still be the same direction. Just due east. We're looking back down. Oh, that was a little bit of a herky-jerky. And I still see nothing. So we're gonna go. And again, curves a little bit, but I just didn't account for that on my map. We can see the monkeys. We're heading into monkey territory. Now, this is where we stopped. There's no more path directly in front of us. So we turn a little bit to the right. A lot to the right, actually. And here is the hunting platform. Or at least what I'm calling a hunting platform. I didn't see this. Maybe it's because it's harder for me to tell when something should be moused over in these organic environments. Maybe it's the herky-jerky cursor. Maybe it's the fact that the cursor itself changes in such a slow manner that it's easy to miss if I do go over something. So, anyway, let's click and see what we can do. And that's what I marked on the map. I was pretty sure after I noticed the cursor, we could get through there to this tower. Looks like we just climb our way up, but before we do, I am taking a very slow look around the ground, and I see nothing, okay? Now we're going up. So doing that navigation myself and mapping everything out, I was able to pace myself and slow things down so I didn't make myself sick. So that was nice. And I also spared you guys roughly an hour and a half of me putting all that stuff together.
That's it. That's it. You know you want the fruit. Come on, little guy. That's it!
Okay, I think I might understand that picture a little bit better. Oh boy. Not a bad count there. Also, shoutouts for apparently... Do you think he constructed the crossbows, or were they on the ship? Okay, we're just gently going around. Alright. Back to our picture. So maybe this is what each creature, like their primary food is. So the bottom right is the monkey. Circle is the fruit. You just mentioned, the fruit there. So the top right matches the print we found on the ground, and that's a bone. So maybe that's the camodile, and what it eats is just anything with meat. So then the middle left one that eats the fish, that would be the Karnak, because we've seen them eating fish this whole time. And then it's just a matter of what the other footprints belong to. Oh, God. It's... Now I've got to go back to look at those thick boys and examine their feet. Now we're into feet. I don't like it. I don't like them, and I don't like where this is going. Oh, okay. What is this? Let's look. Ooh, yeah, we saw this off in the distance. And they're hanging out on it. Oh. They're playing around. So we need to figure out how to get rid of them, I guess. Is that me making that noise? It is. Okay, apparently we gotta do this in, like, a certain order. So that's gonna be something I need to figure out. Okay. Is there anything else out here to look at before we go? No, it's just that. There's 3 of them. Okay, I will see what can be done about that. But right now I've got nothing. Now I need to just maybe be more wary of sounds. Oh. 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 Take a picture of this. That... Did I take a picture of the other thing? I thought I did. Yes. The same thing, the triangle. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh. Oh, wait a minute then. So would this be like, this is the first totem, this is the second, this is the third, this is the fourth, and this is the fifth? So we had the thing, we have to get the 5 symbols. There's going to be 5 totems, each one corresponding to a different animal. So the one that the monkeys are on is this one. And when we get those monkeys off of it, we will know what the symbol is, and then that symbol goes into the 3rd slot. Does that sound right? So the first one, that is not on our diagram, or whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to take a wild guess and say it's this, because that was for the big-ass monster. This is for the thick boys. The sideways S. But we don't know which one the thick boy is. It could be this one, or it could be this one. Now... no, too far back. Here. The 4th indicator on this is broken. Therefore, I'm going to take a guess and say that we have the 5th symbol and the 1st. The 4th one's just going to be a guess because it's broken anyway. We need to do something with the 3rd to get those monkeys gone, and then we need to find the 2nd. And I think I know where that's going to be. Is this anything? Oh boy. They're making noises. But it's hard to hear. That one sounds like a braying donkey, but this one sounded like there was... Oh my god, I can't hear it. I gotta turn my volume up. Forgive me. Okay, just all the noises are coming out now. I have a thought. I was listening to the monkeys, and I think I got 2 different melodies, or like beam boom beam, or beam boom boom. I'm great at impersonating monkeys, as you can tell. So I think that might be 2 to work with, but I couldn't hear a 3rd one. I tried on a few different screens over there in Monkey Town. I think I might know where to get the 3rd one. We had a monkey in our face when we landed. And so I'm going to listen very carefully. That might be like a high, low, high, and it might be alerting them that there's danger and they need to run. So let's maybe see if that's something to work with. So I'm gonna go back to the tower. Okay? I'll listen for monkeys along the way. So let me just see. I'm not going to spend forever on this. What we're doing, we're going to try high, low, high. Ah. Oh. Okay. Let's try mid, low, high. Okay, and let's try mid, low, low. Alright. It sounds similar. Oh, for crying out loud. Clicking on this stuff is a pain in the ass. So that doesn't seem to be the move. Alright. Well, we'll leave that be for now. Maybe there's, you know, something else I will find. We are now going to go back to the grass area. So here we are in the grassy area where the Camodile shows up, and we come out just a little bit. And there are our paths. So this one is the way back, and this one is to the unknown. Looks like we're going around the rock. Like there might be something on the other side. Oh. Okay. Was a little scary.
Last one. You can do this. Strength. Dexterity. Courage.
That was only 3. Which, I guess it doesn't matter. At least I hope it doesn't. Yeah. Can I do that? So if that's Camodile, and this is Thick Boys. No, this is Thick Boys. Okay, whoops. This is why we're labeling them. Okay. Okay, and I don't think there's anything else here. Just to return. So what we're gonna do is we will... I like this that I can fast travel without any restriction. And we have a few places that we can actually go. So we're going back here, and now we're heading north. And we are doing a couple of things. So this is the fork. We have no more north. We could go east, or we could go west. We're going west. And we're going to go this way, and we're going to pass by a Karnak who's just munching on a fish. Is it this screen? It is. Okay. This I didn't see before. So let's see what this do. Okay. I have no idea where that's going. So there doesn't actually appear to be a path past that Karnak. I just chased him away. And I can now just blast some fruit. Alright, well that resolves that mystery. I thought that maybe if I could get the Karnak out of the way, I had a path here. We will continue this way back to the gate. And I just want to mess with this a little bit more while we're here. So both of these are like we got two hammers. We got a light and a dark. Go boom, 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 boom. If this is like that, and this is like that... Oh! What? What are you... What sorcery? I couldn't... You mother... Oh my god, this whole... Okay. Last time these... I couldn't get these to move. And now here they're just moving. So... Okay. I feel like this has to be right. That getting these to hit these lighter areas, that's the solution. But sliding these around must also be part of that solution. So if that goes up... Is it like this, where it has to be in the center? Let's... I feel like there's some sort of code that I was supposed to find that denotes, like, what the position is on the sliders. And if I saw that, I didn't understand it. So this will slide if that's in there. This will slide like that. Will this slide like this? No. This should slide now. It can't go any farther than that. What if it's... Okay. Now we are... figuring something out. Alright, so we need it to not be within the confines of the slider. So if I do this... Okay, okay, there we go. I'm gonna save right now. I figure I've earned it. Yeah, no, I didn't quite gather that the things that slid around were not letting the hammers hit the spots. There we go. And we know where that is. Hello, what are you? Oh, okay. We can go this way. Or we can go look with our magnifying glass.
Seriously, how hard's it gonna be? Worst part's gonna be the foundation. Once that's in, got to be better than sleeping in the wreck, right?
So this is his secondary home. We just need to figure out all the bits and pieces. Do we actually have enough? I wonder. We have 3 totems. 1 is broken. I do think we need the monkey one. I don't think we can actually... Also, I just had a thought. There could be a 5th totem. And it could have a symbol. Just because we... Oh, for crying out loud. Yeah, okay. Oh, nothing said for that one. Okay. So we'll just write down Karnak. Also, actually, what we should be doing is... fixing that. Oh, for crying out. Sorry, I'm a stickler for these things. Okay. So, if Camadial is second, let us put that down. Like that. And Monkey third, Big Boy fourth. No, not... Oh. My brain is doing the bad things again, where it... That's first. Okay, so first is the big monster, second is the Camadial, third is Monkey, fourth and fifth, we're not sure yet which one's which, except we do know. That one, eat the fish. So we're looking at the Y. The Y shape. That's fourth. So the one we just got is fourth. Okay, now I do think we could brute force this puzzle without doing the monkeys. As I was gonna say before it was staring me right in the goddamn face was, even though we can't see the symbol on this, they go in the same order, so we should be able to figure out what position it is supposed to be in. So we could have a totem, and then I turned around, and there it frigging was. I wonder if I was supposed to find more tracks somewhere. Well, anyway. Just as long as I don't have to look at anybody's feet. Yeah, that's like a danger call. Then they run away. The monkey was here and it ran away. So that... I can have one down. And I walk away. And I come back. No. Listen. High, low, high. It seems like a danger call. Like, oh, I gotta get out of here. But what can I do with that? Apparently nothing. Unless I just don't understand how to do it properly. Anyway. We are gonna try brute forcing that puzzle, if it will let me. We can use our fast travel, which is very nice. So we are here. We come over here. We give this a little flick. And it opens this up. And now we have to look at the pictures again because I didn't write this stuff down. Let us see if we can now. So Hourglass is fourth. second is... My good, that's a little complicated. And then it's got like a triangle in the middle. Okay. The Superman sideways one, Bizarro Superman, is fifth. Took me a moment to remember, sorry. Where did I put that picture of the... Here. And that's just a square. So we have 4 out of 5. There's nothing that should be stopping us from putting this all together. But let me check what the hourglass is. We're on 1 right now. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me check that that's the same. Okay. So there we go. And then this one is this. And then we can just manually try one after the other. Or we didn't have to try at all. Okay. Works for me. All right. You know what? I'm gonna save here before we cross this bridge. And then I am gonna go to the Universal Hint System and see what that has to say about the monkey totem. So as you saw, the Universal Hint System confirmed that I had the right idea. I just might not have been doing it fast enough. It even acknowledges how much this interface is a pain in the ass to do. I just need to do it right. Oh, God. Oh, okay, well, that worked. Okay. So there we go. Now we've got the proper knowledge. Alright, we did it. We didn't cheat, okay? Now we can continue on our regularly scheduled program. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time there was a puzzle in a Myst game where you just kind of guessed the last digit of something, or the last symbol of something, right? Or am I misremembering? I played like 75 Myst games right now. It's hard to keep track of everything, but I mean, that's a valid way of doing things in puzzle games sometimes. Maybe it hasn't been in a Myst game, but it's definitely been in other games where it's like, oh, well, you got most of the things, you just guess the last one. That's the intended strat. Obviously, it wasn't the intended strat here, but it worked. And I'll take it. And I went back, and I got the thing to work properly, so... okay. I don't like when I hear noises like that. But it looks like we can go further in this direction. Which, if we go back to the map that we got from the game... Oh yeah, it reset because I had to reload saves. Too far. Here we are. So we're currently in that lower right section. And we could assume that we're going south, according to this map, where the question marks are. But before we do that, we have ourselves a lovely little home. And I think that's a great place for us to stop. We got something to look forward to next time, okay? So with that, I will see you all next time. I love ya. Mwah. Bye-bye.